New guidance from federal health officials seeks to allow everyone over the age of 65 to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker says the state's medical vaccination distribution group is looking into how to pull this off. This says Bay State first responders begin to receive their first round of COVID-19 shots. 12 News reporter Brendan Truitt is live at Gillette Stadium, which will soon serve as the state's first mass vaccination site. He joins us now with the latest on how Massachusetts is ramping up vaccination efforts. Brendan?
Well, Mike, this news nearly as big as the venue itself. Gillette Stadium now getting in the game to help vaccinate more people. They're going to start with hundreds of first responders next week and work their way up from there.
It's a major play in the Bay State's vaccination efforts.
This is a huge step forward in our fight.
Governor Charlie Baker announcing Gillette Stadium will serve as the state's first mass vaccination site. The starting lineup Monday will consist of first responders from throughout the state.
But vaccinating police, fire, and all first responders to protect themselves and their families will also ensure that they can do their jobs and continue to keep our communities safe.
As eligibility expands, so will the number of daily doses given here. The governor suggesting this site isn't going anywhere. Gillette working its way up to 5,000 vaccinations a day.
It's unprecedented, actually.
Massachusetts started vaccinating first responders this week. On Tuesday, the Somerset Fire Department opened their drive-through site, hosting first responders from these 7 cities and towns, part of a long-term distribution plan.
This number of first responders coming through to get the vaccination, I think it's extremely important.
Similar efforts happened in New Bedford. First responders started receiving Moderna doses there. Hundreds are expected to have it in the coming weeks.
It is so wonderful to see. It's been, a little bit of a light flickering, so to speak, at the end of the tunnel.
And so the work rolls on with those tasked with protecting us, protecting themselves, one shot at a time.
You know, it's not going to be the only answer and the only solution to getting this under control, but it's certainly a big piece of the puzzle.
There are nearly 120 vaccination sites in Massachusetts right now, and although they're primarily being used to vaccinate first responders, you could be using a site just like it when it's your turn. Live in Foxborough, Brendan Truitt, 12 News.
Now to the COVID-19 pandemic. The federal government is now advising states to start vaccinating everyone over 65. Today, Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker said they're still reviewing that guidance, but he did announce that the home of the New England Patriots will be the state's first mass vaccination site. 12 News reporter Brendan Truitt joins us now from Gillette with information on when it will open and who will run it.
We are used to seeing that military-like precision on the field, but it's what's happening out here that's being considered a game changer. Gillette Stadium going to be working their way up to giving out 5,000 vaccinations a day.
This is a huge step forward in our fight.
It's news big enough for the venue itself. Gillette Stadium on tap to serve as the first mass vaccination site in the Commonwealth.
First doses will begin on Thursday for staff doing first responder vaccinations and will be open for first responders starting on Monday.
The site will be operated by CIC Health alongside Brigham and Women's Hospital. Gillette will start with 300 before working up to 5,000 doses a day. First responders are up first before it opens to others as eligibility expands.
But vaccinating police, fire, and all first responders to protect themselves and their families will also ensure that they can do their jobs and continue to keep our communities safe.
It's just the latest move this week in the Bay State to get vaccine into the arms of those who need it.
It's a really good sight to see.
Somerset, one of nearly 120 sites statewide to start vaccinating first responders. On Tuesday, the drive-through site at the fire department went live, vaccinating up to 200 people a day. Somerset hosting police officers, firefighters, and EMS workers from these cities and towns, part of the strategy to set up long-term solutions.
We have 7 communities that are contributing to this, so a lot of hands in the pot helping to stand this up.
And if there's one thing we've learned, it's that teamwork will pull us through, no matter how big or small the operation.
We haven't had to go through something like this, but it's just a testament to what our guys are able to do, and it makes me proud to see these guys setting this up.
Over 200,000 people in Massachusetts have received a first dose of the vaccine. The governor wants that number much higher than that. Again, this site at Gillette going live on Monday for first responders. It'll open to more people in the days after that. Appointments are going to be required. In Foxborough, Brendan Truitt, 12 News.